What is up, everyone? My name is Carter Maxwell, and I'm here with my close friend and client, Patricia. She's absolutely killing it on Amazon recently. She's part of the VA Fastlane program. We've helped provide a skilled product sourcing virtual assistant to her, and since then, she's just been hitting the ground running, scaling, and her sales look like this. So today, we're going to hop a little bit more into her Amazon business and try to see if we can get some golden nuggets out of her. So with that being said, if you are not yet subscribe to the channel. Let's get right into this interview. So Patricia, once again, thank you so much for joining. Would you mind maybe quickly introducing yourself and maybe sharing why you decided to start selling on Amazon?
Of course. My name is Patricia. I'm 40-something. And I was a stay-home mom for a while. I have a 16-year-old and a 12-year-old. And, with the decision to stay home, dedicated to the family. And then now that the kids are a little bit older, I'm like, I need to do something, but what to do? The kids still demand a lot of me. So I found a video on the Instagram about YouTube. I'm not about Amazon. And I was like, oh, I never heard of it. I never knew Amazon, you could sell on Amazon. I never knew that. So I started getting into it. And, I had a little Poshmark on the side. And then, okay, maybe this Amazon is going to be the same thing. I never knew how big that could be. And then for a while, like maybe 6-7 months, I was like playing here and there, but no success at all. And then I found a great inspiration was Sarah. You probably know her. And then she was talking about Amazon and how I could do Amazon from my house and how I could do on my time. And then I fell in love with it. I met Sarah, went to her mentorship, and it was really, really amazing. Like the first month, 45 days, I hit 10,000 in sell. And it was like, oh my God, I can't believe I can do this from my house. And I'm always on the run. So it fits so much to my life, to my lifestyle, So I fell in love with it. So it's been now almost a year and a half, but I would say literally 1 year that I'm doing this like a full-time job. And I love it.
I love it. Well, thank you for sharing, Patricia. And can you kind of walk the audience through how your current Amazon business is set up? Maybe what kind of business models you're doing? Do you have an employee helping you? Or are you prepping inventory yourself? Can you just kind of dive into your Amazon business structure right now?
So at the very first beginning, I didn't have much money to invest. I only had like $1,300. And that's how I started making the money, reinvest the money. And I make 10,000 and then I invest a little bit more and then start I was trying to be consistent, every month selling $10,000, and which was amazing. I didn't have any help at all. So I was doing all my prep, all my shopping. I was doing a lot of array. And I love OA. That's my business model that I wanted to stay in. And here and there, and of course, there are so many things in life, like I said, like a mod, I have so many things going on. But I was able to work on my schedule and little by little building my Amazon business. I joined this huge community and learning from so many people. That's how I met you, by the way, through my community. And I felt like for a while I was doing really well, but at the same time I need a little bit more, but I didn't know how to get more because of timing, because I have to do the shopping, the prepping, the purchases, the everything. So, and then of course, how can I scale this? And then that's how I found you, and I heard about the program, and that's how I decided to have my first VA. So it's
awesome. I love it. And just like you mentioned, I think you're doing 2 different business models right now. You're doing a little bit of wholesale and online arbitrage. Is that correct?
Yes, I do a little bit of everything, which, I try to find which is the best model for me. I do array. I started wholesale just a couple of months ago, 2-3 months ago. I started, going to wholesale. I like OA for now. So OA is my, fits more to my lifestyle. So of course, in the next year, I'm going to go a little bit heavy on the wholesale. But as for right now, I like the OA and array at the same time.
Got it. And Patricia, there's going to be a lot of people watching this video, and maybe they're doing one of those business models, wholesale, retail, online arbitrage, but they're potentially interested in trying a different business model. So my follow-up question is, and I'll ask this for each business model, but what's one thing that you like about the wholesale business model?
Well, wholesale, my idea with the wholesale would be to have a plan, what I can sell every month, then I can buy and replenish every month with the wholesale. I think I can grow my business like that. But at the same time, I know it's hard to find the right distributor. You need to have a cash flow, to start the wholesale business. So it's something that I'm looking for the future. future. But I do like to have all three type of models in my business, because I think there are so many opportunities in the retail, and there is great opportunities on the online business as well. So a little bit of everything. So I'm trying to put my feet on the water for a little bit, So I don't
Got
know
it.
what's gonna be my next year, but I think a little bit of the three of them. That's what I'm looking
Okay.
for.
And I think you mentioned that you're leaning towards online arbitrage at the moment. Why is that a business model that maybe you prefer to do more than wholesale or retail arbitrage?
Retail, I think there's a great opportunity everywhere, but I live in New York. Taxes are very high, and traffic, people, it's so hard to move from one store to another store. It depends where, I think it depends where you live. So for me, I think I lose too much time being on the road, finding good deals. So that's why I think online arbitrage for me works much, much better, because I'm on the comfort of my house and I can be in different stores all over, the United States and, doing the purchase. So for my time, I think it's better for me. But of course, I don't like to waste opportunities. So I have to take my kids to the dentist appointment. Oh, there's a CVS around. Or if I have to take my kids to the soccer practice, oh, there's a Walmart around. I like to experiment those things. Like whenever I take my daughter to shop, and she said, I hope you're not taking your phone out, you're not scanning anything. But that's my chance. That's how I do my retail. So I think there's a great opportunity out there for retail, but you need to have more time. And, again, juggling a house, kids, and I help my husband also in his work. So there's too many things. So I think the online arbitrage for me works best,
I love it. Well, you heard it here from Patricia. All three business models work. Try all three of them and see which one works best for you. And as you know, Patricia, a big topic of my YouTube channel is virtual assistants for Amazon businesses. And I know that we've been working together. We placed a virtual assistant into your business. We're currently helping you scale that business. Do you mind actually talking about your current virtual assistant and maybe what all they're currently doing for your Amazon business?
It's funny because every time I hear people talking about virtual assistant, I'm like, I'm too small to have a virtual assistant. I don't need I can't afford, or I can't have, I don't need one. That was in my mind. But I went to ASD and I got in touch with so many people, and they're all talking about VAs. And then I had the chance to meet you in person. We had a nice talk. And I said, let me have, I don't want to waste the timing. Like I met you and we're talking about this. So let me have an interview with you. And when we start talking, I'm like, oh my God, I literally need a VA like right now. And it's so amazing because that was a big decision. Like for me, it was like, oh my God, should I hire one? Should I have one? Do I need one? But it changed completely my view of the Amazon business, because I can do so much more with the help of a VA. So now it's so funny because the last 2 months that I've been working the VA, we are doing product research. We are doing admin work. I have more time for the retail, and she helps me with my retail, because that decision that you need to make how much to buy. And then you have someone else with you checking the same, keep a chart and like, oh, Patricia, let's go this way. So for me, give me more confidence to work on my business. So now I have more time to do the things that I really enjoy, which is analyzing products, like finding new deals. And it's such a great help. And all of a sudden, I feel more relaxed, like when you're so overwhelmed that you really wanted to do it. And I was very frustrated because I didn't have time to do all the things I really want to do. And with the help of VA, I'm like, oh my God, I can do so much more. And it's so funny because now it's like a team. It's like a teamwork, She's part of my company now. And that's how I love about working with the VA, because I have someone to, oh my God, what do you think about this lead? I think I made a mistake and let's think about this. So it's like, I have someone to talk to, to share my leads and talk my business. It made a huge, huge difference for me.
Exactly. I don't think people understand the value of a virtual assistant until they actually give it a chance. And sure, they're an employee, but if you can build a really great relationship, like what I think you've done with your virtual assistant, what I do with my team is like, I almost see it as like a friendship. Like, yes, I'm paying them. They want to see me have success, but like I genuinely care for them. Like I want to continue to pay them more, provide them more. They want to continue to help me scale the Amazon business. And Patricia, there's a lot of people watching this video and maybe they're not sure if they're at the point where they can add a virtual assistant, or they're trying to decide if they should. What kind of issues or or problems were you having with your Amazon business where you're like, okay, a next great step might be adding a virtual assistant? What kind of potential problems or issues were you having?
I think was time,
Time.
right? Because you have to find the products, you have to analyze the product, you have to wait for it arrive in your house, you have to prep and send to the Amazon, and then you have to check if the merchandise was there, if it's selling, the reprice. There's so much to do. There's so much to do that I was missing out other opportunities because I was so tired, like prepping, checking, and this. And I could be only doing the research, like finding new products to sell. And the replans, because I have a lot of replans. And then I was not able to replans. And then out of stock. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, there was so much going on. And I want to do so much more. And I couldn't do it. So now it's so funny because like I find something, I go retail, we analyze together, I go buy. And then she finds me online, we buy those leads. And then she reminds me, oh, we have to restock this. We are running out of stock. I'm like, oh, really? So it changed everything because now I feel like the machine is working, like everything is working. I have a little bit of everything and everything is falling into place. It's totally different, like to have a help.
I love it. And can you talk maybe about, your increase in spend? I think you mentioned this to me on Slack when we were talking, like you spent like your monthly spend goal in like 2 weeks or something. You mind talking a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's another thing too. I always like have a budget and I was not able to spend my budget because I didn't have the time to do the spending. So the very first week that we start working together, I'm like, oh my God, I'm able to buy leads every day. And then like, I need more money now. Because I have a lot of leads. So of course, we've been working a month and a half, almost 2 months, and I double my revenue like for this month. I double my spending. I double, everything was double. And my time, like I have time now. I have time to study. I've been watching a lot of videos. I've been studying a lot of things. I want to get in new other things, So it's always the help with someone helping you in your business. It made a huge difference for me.
I agree 100%.
Now I'm smiling, I'm talking, I have time to talk to you. You see, before I was like, oh my God, I have to prep, I have to do it. I have so many things to do. It was crazy.
Exactly. There can be a lot to do in the Amazon business. So when you can bring in some help, it can, take a little bit of the stress off of the running the business. So Patricia, my next question for you, I know a lot of people obviously know, hire a virtual assistant, have them find you profitable products, but there's also some great benefits in having them do admin work. But a lot of people watching this video, they're like, okay, admin work can mean a lot of different things. There's a ton of tasks that fall into, that category. So what are a few things that you have your virtual assistant help you with admin work wise?
Well, the very first beginning, we decided like she's gonna help me with my invoices and putting everything in the spreadsheet. So the quantity that I buy, the invoice, that those time-consuming things that you have to do, and you have a pile of things that you have to do. You never have time to go back to it. So that was the very first thing. So we have a share email. I send everything to her. I just do the purchase. She put everything is in my spreadsheet. So we have control of everything. So we know how much we are buying, where we are buying from, the invoices, everything is there. And then we decide to go over the repricer. She learned like the way I work with my repricer. She also studied, so she has her input on what we should do as a rule. And now she checks my repricer to see if I'm competitive with my price, if she change a rule or something. So that's something like an extra eye there, and like that we're making progress because we're not losing any sale. Like there's something that is not selling for 14 days. Oh, what should we do? So that's something also that helped me a lot. Another thing she's helping me with is there is like a missing detail on the item, like days in something is missing. There is like surprise that you can find. So those little things, checking the invoice, there's a problem here. There's like the strength in inventory. What can you do to fix this list? And those type of things, because there's so much to do in the backstage, like in the background, like there's so much to do. So that and then of course, like checking the leads, like there's a problem with this brand. There is a problem with the IP on this one. Let's get out of this listing and then try to move to the next one. All those type of things, So it's a great help. It's not only buying, it's not only finding, new leads. Like let's check what we have right now. Let's take a look at the store. What's going on in the inventory. There is a mistake here. Let's fix that mistake. And it's so good because she can point out something that I did, my mistakes, because I wasn't working by myself and I was overtired. So now like, Patricia, I think this is now, okay, let me fix that. So it's just, I can even describe it. You know how it is. It's really good to have
I'd love to hear it.
With you,
and
Yeah.
And it's always great to have another set of eyes on the business to catch something that maybe you're not looking for, or can't even see yourself.
Yeah,
Uh,
little things, little things that can mess up, your inventory, little details.
Exactly. And Patricia, I'm sure there's some people that are going to watch this interview and maybe they're already currently selling on Amazon. And now they're going to be interested in potentially adding a virtual assistant to their business. But maybe they're scared that it's going to cost a lot of money, or if they've never managed an employee before, or they're nervous about, not having enough time to train them. What would you say to someone that maybe is on the fence about adding a virtual assistant to their Amazon business?
I say if you really want to do this the right way, you need help. You can't do it by yourself. It's working Amazon for me. It's like an amazing. I love it, but there's so much involved, and you can't do it by yourself. And I learned this, that the best way to do this is to hire a good help. You have to pay to get someone that knows how to do better than you, so you can learn together and work together. So of course, having a VA that's already trained is completely different than have someone that you have to train, because and then you don't have the time also to train. But it's so good because I have my method of working and she has her method, and we are working together and we learn from each other. So I think it's fantastic. You really have to see this business. To make money in this business, you have to see, like, you have so much to do, you have so much to learn, and to have a help is amazing. You can't go without the help.
Awesome. And thank you for sharing that. And I'm sure there's people watching this video and they're potentially interested in joining the VA Fastlane, my company, where we basically help place skilled product sourcing virtual assistants. We help you scale your business. You're a part of that program right now. What would you say to someone that is maybe thinking about potentially joining the VA Fastlane and getting their first virtual assistant from our company?
I think you can't think too much about it. You have to do it. First, because you want to do it the right way. Second, because you need help. There is no way you can do this by yourself. And to have someone that is trained and really knows what they are doing, it's something else. It's a game changing, like in the business. Also, you just have to realize that in order for you to grow, you have to let go of some things and, study and go after other things. That's what I think. And that's what I feel like right now, that I have so much more time and the freedom to go look something else, instead of just going. Another thing, having a prep center, like with the help of the VA, we are working with the prep center as well. So all of a sudden I have a team working for me, and that makes a huge, and that's how I think I'm going to scale, because there is no other way. I was just like overworking and not moving too much, because like by myself I couldn't do it. Now I feel like, oh my God, the pressure's off me, so I'm doing a much more like a wise decision, like when I'm doing buying my leads or making adjustment to my reprice, because now I like, oh my God, I can focus on this.
I would agree. And if you're watching this video and you think that you could get value from adding a skilled product sourcing virtual assistant to your business, I'll have a link below where you can directly book a call and speak with me. I can see if you're a good fit for our program and if we can help you. I also have my Instagram below, so if you have any questions about the VA Fastlane virtual assistants or just Amazon in general, follow me. You can go ahead and DM me on there. Another question I've got for you, Patricia, you brought up a prep center. So I'm sure that, life's a little bit different from doing prep to moving to a prep center. So can you quickly maybe break down why you made that switch to a prep center and how it's currently been going for you?
So I was doing all the prep myself, and I could not get a lot of merchandise out. So with the help of a VA in the prep center, I tripled that number. That's last month, I tripled it. Let's say if I was sending 500 units a month, with the help of the prep and the VA, I send almost 2,000 units. So it's totally different. I couldn't do it myself. Sometimes I have the help of my kids, but sometimes they don't want to do it. And they're like, oh, I'll do the prep over the weekend. And then the weekend was not enough to do the prep. So having a prep center, especially I have a prep center in the tax-free state. So actually I save money sending to the prep, and also change the mentality of, I was able to have a high ticket items, so instead of, buying little things, I buy a high ticket item, send to the prep, they do the prep, they send to Amazon, and all of a sudden I have more time to be looking at my business, from the other side, instead of just like prepping the merchandise. It was not enough time, that was my main problem.
Yeah, thank you for breaking that down. And there's a lot of people watching this video. Maybe they are a stay-at-home mother. Maybe they have a part-time, full-time job. Their time is currently restrained. What's one final piece of advice or tip that you would give to someone that falls into that category of having not enough time to really scale the business?
What I love about Amazon is because it works for anyone. You choose what's the model you like to work, how much time you want to put in your work, And how are you going to do it? For me, like I said, taking care of kids, the house and other things, I do my schedule. So I work in the morning, I work in the afternoon, I work at nighttime, I work over the weekends, and it fits me. It's like I always have my computer and my phone with me. If I'm out with the kids, I'm doing something, I'm always working. So it fits the schedule. It fits like my lifestyle. And I think anyone can do it. Anyone can do it, because if you can't get out of the house, you can do online arbitrage. If you like to be out and about, please do the retail. You're gonna love retail. So, and then of course the wholesale, it's a lot more things involved, but wholesale is also a great business. If you can little by little, change your business doing the wholesale, I think anyone can do it. I have so many great friends in the community that everyone is doing something different and everybody can do it, like whatever fits their lifestyle. They have a 9 to 5 job. Some are stay home mom like me. Some have other things going on, but they still can do it business,
100%.
There's no way. There is always a way to do this business. It's like amazing.
I agree. Networking, connecting with other sellers is one of the best things you could do as an Amazon seller. And speaking of connecting social media, Patricia, do you have a social media that you mind sharing that people can maybe follow you, maybe reach out to you if they have questions and just follow your journey?
Of course, my Instagram is my first and last name, Patricia Guanes. You can, follow me there.
Cool. I'll have Patricia's Instagram below in the description of this video. Y'all go follow her, show her some love. I'm sure if you have any questions, she'd be more than happy to answer them. If y'all have any questions regarding anything Patricia talked about or went over in this video, feel free to comment below this video. We'd be more than happy to get those questions answered for you. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead, do that. Patricia, thank you so much for joining. It was a pleasure to have you on, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next video. Peace, everybody.